everybody, welcome to this episode of Things with Strings. Today we're looking at how to play the blues on the mandolin. Now, I'm gonna base this lesson on this video that I did on my channel. There's gonna be a link for it. I play a classic 12-bar blues in that video called Drifting. So if you want to watch that beforehand, I think it might help you, because I'm going to be talking about how to do that kind of thing that I do there. Now I'm going to teach you about how to do intros, outros and turnaround. I'm going to talk about the 12-bar blues, explain what it is. I'm going to talk about shuffle rhythm, how to play seventh chords, and what scales to use when you want to play a blues solo on the mandolin. I'm going to be teaching you how to play the blues in G, but once you understand these concepts, you should be able to move it to other keys. Okay, let's get started. So here we are. First thing, what is the turnaround for the blues? It goes like this. Also known as an intro or an outro. So blues music uses these kind of chromatic ascending or descending licks, and this is a very useful one. So I place my middle finger here on the 5th fret on the 3rd string, then I slide to the 7th fret with my ring finger at the same time. So middle finger here stays here, I slide up like this, 4th string, and then pick upwards on the 3rd string. So notice this finger is staying put. Down, up, down. And then I kind of do the same thing, but on the 6th fret of the 4th string. So even though I might not slide here, I might just go instead of. So it's. And here I go to the 5th fret. Notice I switch finger, because it's easier than doing this. It's over here anyway, so I use my pointer finger now. And then I just hit the 4th fret and 5th fret at the same time. So the turnaround sounds like this. And my pick direction is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Right? And then we go into this. This is actually something that's common in blues. You take the dominant chord, and which in this case is D, but then you play the chord just above it, so it's D sharp, and instead of just going D sharp to D, you actually go D7 sharp to D7, so it's like this. 3rd fret, 5th fret and 4th fret on string number 4, 3 and 2, like this. I mute the bottom string with my pointer finger, so I go. And then I move everything to the left, and this is the D7 chord. So D sharp 7 to D7. You might not be able to get the full sound from these chords at first, because mandolin chords are hard. You really have to work a lot with your thumb on the other side of the neck. You have to push hard, and that's about it. So the intro or outro or turnaround goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then the music starts. Okay, you want to do that with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Stick with it and you'll get it. So this kind of lick works for the intro, which means when a blues song starts, you can start like this. And then whatever you want to play, right? And every time the 12 bar blues ends and starts over, you can play this as well. So or every time, you know, there's a continuation, every time a new verse or a solo starts. So this works for intros, outros and turnarounds. Right on. Next thing, I'm gonna explain what is the 12 bar blues. The 12 bar blues is so common in blues music, but it really influences a lot of other styles as well, a lot of other styles of music. And it has 12 bars, which means we count to 4 12 times. And if we play a 12 bar blues in G, then the chords we're gonna use is a G chord, a C chord and a D chord. But the way we play them is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I actually mute the top string with the strings with the side of my hand like this. And I just play the top 2 pairs of strings like this. 1 and, see, I'm not touching anything. 1 and, but then my pointy finger is ready to press on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string like this. 2 and, listen to this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. I'm taking my finger far off the fretboard so you can see what's going on. You don't want to sit and play like this. Keep your fingers close, but see that? And then we count to like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then oftentimes I like to go to the 4 chord. In this case it's actually a C chord, but we play it up here. So we transpose everything. Pointer finger 5th fret on the top 2 pairs of strings. We go. So I put my ring finger on the 7th fret when I place it. So I go. Does that make sense? So 12 bar blues goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we go 2 full bars of G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we go to the 4 chord, the C chord again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to the G chord, 2 bars, 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we move the index finger or the pointer finger all the way up to the 7th fret. We do the same thing as we did on C, but we do it up here. So we go. Right? And then we go to the 4 chord. And then we can do this, we just hit the G chord once, like this is the G chord. 0, 0, 2, 3. You've probably seen this before. And then we do the turnaround. And then we do this thing we did in the beginning. So D sharp 7 to D7. And that's about it. That's a 12 bar blues explained. Now, if you want to end a 12 bar blues, then you, instead of going D sharp 7 to D7, you could play D7 to G major or to G7. This is a G7, very nice chord. So 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, So the ending could go like. That's a bit of a hard change, but okay. That is the 12-bar blues explained. Yeah, I actually explained the shuffle rhythm at the same time, but it kind of fits together. So we're gonna go to chapter 4. This is about seventh chords. You want to spice up your playing. Don't play regular major chords all the time because it's not bluesy. You want those seventh chords. You want to know where your root notes are. See, this is a G chord. There is a note called G. And here is a G also. If you take the root of the chord and you move it 2 frets to the left, you get the seventh. This note. So it's useful to know because then you can apply this concept to other chords as well if you know where the root note of the chord is. But here is one way to play G7, which sounds more spicy than just this. So 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, like a little set of stairs. Every time there's a C chord in a song, a 12-bar blues or any other song, instead of just playing regular old, or you can do this, which is very nice. So again, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then you can play this loose at the bottom if you want, or you can mute it. And the last trick is the D7 chord. We've already talked about it. So here's a regular D chord. This is a D7 chord. 2nd fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret, and yeah, then you can mute the bottom string. So instead of just instead of saying I'm drifting and drifting, just like a ship out on the sea, you can go I'm drifting and drifting, just like a ship out on the sea. So now I'm actually playing 7th chords instead of doing the shuffle rhythm, and you can kind of intersperse these two, so you can go I'm drifting and drifting, just like a ship out on the sea. See, I switch, and now I do a 7th chord, and then a C7 maybe again, and G7. So if you switch in and out between these the shuffle rhythm and the 7th chords, it's going to be really cool. And you can also use the 7th chords when you do your soloing, kind of transitioning into the last chapter now. If you want to do soloing on the blues, one simple thing you can do is know what chord is being played underneath at the moment, and then just do 7th chords like this. So I pick like 2 sets of strings, and then I do some kind of rhythm over it. So like if I start a solo, here it goes to, yeah, and then some G7. I know it goes to D, but makes sense. So my whole solo can actually just consist of me sliding onto these 7th chords that I know fit underneath, because I know where I am in the solo. So that's 7th chords for mandolin. Last chapter, what scales are good for playing a solo? This is a blues in G major, which means certain scales do fit very well. One of them is the G minor pentatonic scale. It goes like this. My pointy finger stays put on the first fret the whole time of the second string, and then I go 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 5, first fret, second string, and then 3, 5, and then I move it down here to the first fret of the first string, and then third fret. So this is the whole scale. Right? I can play it the other way. Practice that until you've got it. And you can get very far with just this, you know, if you slide onto some of the notes like hammer-ons. And you want to practice not just playing the notes in order. Don't play like note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever. You want to kind of jump in between them. Don't just play them in the exact same order every time. What else can you do? You can use the blues note. So you have to know where the blues note is within your minor pentatonic scale. It's in two places right here. It's here on the 6th fret of the top string. So see that? I go 0, 3, 5, 6, 0, 3, 5. I can use this note, play something like a something like that. It's also up here. This is a little more accessible. Between the 3rd and the 5th string on this, 3rd and 5th fret on the second string. Right? Second place to find your blue note to spice up your minor pentatonic scale. And the cool thing about the blues is you also mix in major. So you mix in a major pentatonic scale. G major pentatonic sounds like this. Very familiar to many mandolin players. So I go 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 5, 0, 2, 5, 0, 3. Right? And this scale is something you can use mixed with your minor pentatonic scale and your blues notes to make it sound like blues, like I can play something more simple, maybe just play the minor pentatonic upwards, maybe, and then I play the major pentatonic downwards, or the other way around, major up, minor down, and then I mix and match. Those are the basic ingredients for playing the blues on the mandolin. Yeah. Oh yes, I hope you enjoyed learning about the blues today. So thank you for watching this episode of Things with Strings. If there's anything else you want to learn about, you should let me know down in the comments. I do free lessons on stringed instruments, singing, songwriting, music theory and music production. Thank you for watching and have a great day. I'm drifting and drifting, just like a ship out on the sea. I'm drifting and drifting.